Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum and good evening, all dear viewers. Welcome to my show, Sports Talk. It's your host, Hussein Mahmood, presented live on UC TV. Winner of Best Community Streaming Platform 2020 from SME. First and foremost, thank you very much. I'd like to give a shout out to all our viewers, to thank them very much for all the encouragement so far. We've completed 9 shows on the episode so far, and we're getting closer to getting to know why we are not yet seeing British South Asians breaking into top flight football. All episodes are all up on demand on Facebook fan page Sports Talk TV and UC TV YouTube, one with the green logo. Watch, like and share your views. We're breaking the mould and we're making the change happen. The topic we're pressing needs attention. So Sports Talks provides a platform to give our youth hope and added intelligence on and off the pitch so that they can advance in their development and break through into top flight football. Diversity, equality and a fair qualification system being our number one agenda. We've learnt so much so far, and we've brought people who have shed their light and experiences ranging from referees to ex-professional footballers. We are most definitely getting closer to breaking the mould and making the change happen. Now I need you, and we need this change to happen, because one man can achieve great things, but a team can achieve incredible things. Power of the people. Alongside myself today, I have my guest coming from Preston, who brings his experience forward to highlight the structure within a team and back office support with sponsors for grassroots level clubs. Our topic today to discover what it takes to be noticed and to build a culture within a team to prosper on the real stage. He's played outfield, but his recognition is best suited to his goalkeeping skills. He's trained with ex-professional Blackpool keeper and has been amongst the running, and it's our very own Mr. Bilal. How you doing, my brother? You okay?
Yes, I'm good, yeah.
Fantastic. Well, this is the moment. Let's talk sports.
Yeah.
First and foremost, thank you very much for coming on to the show.
Yeah.
And we appreciate that. Thank you very much for all your time. What I want to talk to you about really much, have you watched some of our shows?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, what do you think? What have you taken from it so far then, would you?
I've really enjoyed them. They're really good, man. They're very informative. And, you know, you're talking about grassroots Asian football. You know, we've been wanting something like this for a long time.
Absolutely.
It's great, you know.
You're coming from Preston there, Billy. I'm all right to call you Billy.
Yeah. Everyone calls me.
Come on, Billy. So you're coming from Preston. What's going on in Preston at the moment? What's happening with the grassroots level football in Preston?
In Preston at the moment, there's 2 teams. Yeah, there's one AFC Preston, which I'm involved with. I'm the secretary. I used to play for them as well.
Yeah.
It's been about 5 years.
So you're the secretary of the AFC Preston.
AFC Preston, yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
And is that obviously on grass?
Yeah. So we're an 11-a-side team, and we're playing the Lancashire Sunday League. We're in Division 1 at the moment.
All right then.
Yeah.
But what I want to ask you, and the reason for the show, you said you watched all the episodes so far.
Yeah.
You're taking a lot in.
Yeah.
And you know Cal Easy as well. Cal Isa.
I played against him. Yeah.
You played against him as well. Our notion here and our vision is getting British South Asians into top flight football. We've covered all types of areas, and our 1 to 5 shows episodes are available on demand, and that's all about parenting, lifestyle, diet, attitude, that type of stuff.
Yeah.
On the pitch, we're talking about competition, tough competition, hard tackles, changing room conversations, and overall confidence.
Yeah.
So, with that in mind, Billy, what kind of give you the passion to get involved with football on the grassroots level first, or what gives you the drive? What made you choose football as a sport?
Well, it's back in the early 1980s. You know, I was only like about 7-8 years old, and like a group of our friends, like from our area, we just love football. We used to just play football non-stop. We used to like eat, breathe, and sleep football.
Yeah, all day, every day.
Back then, that's what it was. We were mad Liverpool fans, and we just do nothing else. We just play football. and that's where my passion and my love I've got until now, nearly like 40 years.
And later, you still carry the same passion. Alhamdulillah, yeah, still.
You know, I'm one of these guys where if there's a football game on, I just want to be there. You know,
you want to be a part of it.
Yeah, even if there's a friendly game or whatever. I love football so much, honestly.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Great. So, internal drive, love the game.
Yeah.
What made you get onto grass then, Billy? Because a lot of our Asian players, a lot of our friends, and you will have friends as well, and I had Yasser Farouk from Oldham on last week sharing his views, and he was saying when you got a five-a-side tournament or seven-a-side tournament, you got 300 people turning up.
That's right.
Yeah, for the five-a-side or seven-a-side kind of a fixture.
Yeah.
But when we're turning our attention over to grass, why are we switching off there, Billy? That's what I just want to take your opinion on that. And how did you transfer from street to five-a-side to seven-a-side, then the grass?
For me, like back then, we were just like playing a lot of five-a-side and seven-a-side football. I can remember like. I don't know if you know that. Do you know the Cancer Relief Tournament?
I do know the Cancer Relief Tournament. Yeah. I've won that actually.
Have you? I've got to a lot of finals with my Preston team. So obviously we've lost a lot on penalties as well. But
okay, all right.
So yeah.
So how did it go from Cancer Relief Blackburn then to the football grass? Because for me, Billy, would you agree with me that grass football and astroturf football is not the same type of football?
No, it's different, definitely.
They are different, aren't they? It's different on feel. Yeah. Like I've said it before on my show as well, the ball bounces awkwardly, uneven bounces. It's tougher getting off, starting off. You kind of feet dig into the, especially if it's been waterlogged pitch. And it's a real hard time. So why are we not seeing Asians, British South Asians, focusing, in your opinion, on grassroots level football?
I think what it is. It's the time like spent in 11-a-side football. They just want a quick 5-a-side, 7-a-side game, and that's it. They're just happy with that, aren't they?
Because they usually 20 minutes each way, aren't they? Really, and 40 minutes full game.
Yeah. So the amount of time that you have to go. You have to go like an hour before the game, then you have to set off. It takes
for 11-a-side.
For 11-a-side, it's like virtually half your day's gone. Especially if you're a Saturday team, the youngsters nowadays, they're just not interested like in grassroots football, or I just say from the Asian community, they're just not interested in grassroots 11-a-side football.
They're just not interested. Would you? I'm trying to figure this out, Billy. Yeah. And you're an experienced footballer. AFC Preston is a team I've heard about.
Yeah.
Fishwick Rangers.
Yeah.
Also in Preston.
Yeah.
I've heard about.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to figure out it, Billy, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I'm thinking, where's my education going to come from? I need to know why we're not seeing British South Asians playing on grass. Do you think maybe it's because of the scare of getting injured?
Yeah, definitely.
Because you've got football studs. They're not the same as playing on the astroturf. You've got moulds there, haven't you? And you know, and I know, as soon as you get that graze and you get them studs showing, it can be a tough challenge. Do you think that's an aspect? Maybe that they think, oh, I don't want to get injured, or what's the point of getting injured? I'm working, or I've got, looking after my family. If I get injured, who's going to do my job? Is that maybe an aspect of it?
Yeah, definitely. I think that you get a lot of parents' pressure as well. Like, they don't want you to play football. And I know my dad was like that as well.
Because of the injuries?
Yeah. He was just like, and he just said, oh, why are you playing football all the time? Do something, go,
like do something, as if football wasn't doing anything.
So, there's a funny story, like my friends used to come to the house to take me to a five-a-side game. My dad opens the door and he's shouting, no more football, no more football. It was funny.
Stop, don't go.
He hated
so
football.
What was...
My dad loved cricket though.
Right, yeah, so he's a big cricket fan. Understandably, Billy as well, you know.
I play cricket as well.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. It's a bit of an all-rounded sports kind of geezer, are you?
Yeah.
So, what did your dad used to say? I mean, when you used to say, Dad, you know, I like football, I'm passionate about football, I play football with all my friends, please let me go play football. What was his response to that?
He just like, he hated football because, you know, obviously he was scared that we'd get injured. You know, because he just thought, oh, we're just wasting our time, you know, just you better off getting a job and doing something.
That's why I want to come on to this, Billy. You said that you're just wasting your time, and I didn't want to say that. I didn't want to say that because I really wanted to understand from your perspective.
Yeah.
You know, I played also and played on grassroots level. Is why do we have this notion? Are you therefore saying that because we don't have a role model currently or somebody that we could cheer on, you know, or dads can recognise?
That's right, yeah.
Do you think that we're cutting ourselves short and saying, do you know what, we're never going to make it? So what's the point? Do you think we're currently going through that mentality? Do you think that is our mindset?
It is, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, do you agree? Are you in agreement with that?
Yeah.
What do you think that we should be doing to turn that around, Billy? Just in your kind of your opinion. What's one of the things that we could be doing? For example, Sports Talk is a platform to highlight all of these concerns.
Yeah.
Because previously we didn't even have a Sports Talk programme, did we?
Yeah.
And that's why your host Hussein Mahmood is bringing this conversation and breaking the mould. Well, thank you very much. Inshallah, we'll continue to break this mould. And when we see a Mahmood playing for Manchester United, trust me, I'll be sat in front of my screen having a cup of tea.
I'm a Liverpool fan.
Are you a Liverpool fan? Well, don't worry, Mahmood could play for Liverpool as well.
We're the champions, man. What
can we do, Billy? What can we do from your perspective? What can I be talking about? And what can we do further than what I'm already doing? And what kind of message would you like to get out there to guys who are currently playing 5 and 7-a-side and the youth who are following them guys and then not going on to play on grass? Because it's only when you're playing on grass that you could be scouted, picked for pathways and then passed on to a more kind of school of excellence or some kind of institution that's only going to better you.
Yeah.
So what's your opinion on that, Billy?
I just think that, you know, the youngsters nowadays, the youth, they're just not interested. Like I said, they're not interested in football. They're just busy on their PlayStation and games console. They're not getting out.
But is that because we've not yet got anybody in top flight football and their hopes are dying out, or is that their own internal drive? And what kind of encouragement would you give as a package to a youth who is interested? Let's say there's 99 kids in a community that play games, and you know, PlayStation and all the other distractions that we have nowadays. Yeah. Aside from the physical well-being and competition that we should be putting ourselves through.
Yeah.
What kind of message would you give to that guy who's really, really talented on a 5 and a 7-a-side pitch, but he switches off when it comes to grassroots level football?
Well, I'll say to them, okay, look, you know, you've got your, you know, like, you've got your local clubs, you know, join them and, you know, try and you know, like, go forward, you know, they can then put you onto, you know, academies, like you've got the
pre-pro, with
Adnan, you can go there as well, innit, and obviously get scouted and, you know, you can further yourself. Yeah. If he's
saying to you, oh well, the pitch is too big, or there's lots of hard yards to cover on that grassroots pitch, what kind of advice would you give him then, Billy?
No, I'd say it's, you know, like once you
train, proper football.
It's proper football, yeah.
Would you say that? So if he's if he's the big man, and the most talented guy in a 5 or a 7-a-side game, is he worthy enough to carry that accolade, carry that credibility? On a grass pitch. If he's playing, what if he's never played on grass before? Would you still classify him as a footballer?
Not really, no. 11-a-side football is the real
Thank you,
football.
Billy. Thank you very
But
much for that. I appreciate your honesty.
There are exceptions.
There are exceptions.
There are exceptions.
I tell you what, just hold that for me for 1 second, viewers. Stay tuned with us. We'll be right back. We'll be right back. We've got to take a short break. Assalamu alaikum, all to you viewers. Welcome back. It's your host Hussein Mahmood presenting live on UCTV. I have my guest with me today, Billy. Just before the break there, I believe we was touching on five-a-side pitches, five-a-side players moving on to grassroots level and playing the proper football, and you said there were some exceptions. Just very quickly, what are them exceptions, Billy?
Well, like some of them can, because we've all come from, seven-a-side football, and I can remember back in, when I was playing, we didn't get the opportunities until later on, but there were some really talented players, and you could tell that no matter what, whether it's five-a-side, seven-a-side,
the talent is definitely there.
Yeah, the talent was there, and they could definitely make it. Yeah.
Right, so the potential, you think when you see a kid on the 5-7-side pitch, the potential is there, but we're not yet broken into the grassroots.
You just need a bit of coaching and then
coaching. Thanks for that, Billy. It's great to take it inside. My viewers will know that I've mentioned 5-a-side and 7-a-side many a times, and I would love to take a lot of them 5 to 7-a-side players off playing 5 and 7 and encourage them to get onto the grass, because that's where the real football is, and hopefully, inshallah, you could take it further for us, and if it's not going to be us in our generation or the next generation, we can help support the next generation, inshallah, and continue to move forward. Billy, I want to move on to something next, and I kind of want to get into what you're doing at AFC Preston as a secretary. Yasser last week was telling us about Oldham, and he kind of highlighted that there just isn't enough facilities. Up in Oldham, you've been from Preston, I'm from Accrington, we're currently in Blackburn. Here's the scenario in Oldham, that there are passionate players there. There are large numbers in Oldham, whether it's in the Bengali community or the Pakistani community. The numbers are available, the passion's there, but the facilities, unfortunately, are just not there. And he kind of... Did you watch that show?
I did, yeah.
Could you see his frustration? He was quite frustrated with it, because he wants to get out there and kind of do it, but you can't do it if there's no football pitch.
Yeah.
So that's an area. So the reason why I bring this up with yourself, really, Billy, is to understand what it takes for a football club to kind of operate, what kind of finances are involved, and how are you currently doing it at AFC Preston?
Yeah, I'm just touching on, with the with Yasser, with Copies, with the facilities in Oldham. In Preston, we've got like loads of 3G pitches, right? 11-a-side 3G pitches, but unfortunately we don't have the talent coming through, the players coming through.
So a bit different to Oldham. Topsy-turvy.
So I just wanted to mention that. So
right, you do have the facilities.
We have the facilities.
So we're saying that
we don't have the players coming through, unfortunately.
Isn't that much like Blackburn as well? And Accrington, for that matter, we have facilities.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, in Accrington, we are not as densely populated town, or a bigger, but relatively small town, and obviously the talent is not coming as I would like it to. But
But Preston is bigger though, ain't
Preston is bigger.
it? Yeah.
And I would definitely think that Preston has a larger football community. And what's currently happening there? Why are we not seeing AFC Preston A team, B team, C team, reserves, and then you've got a pool of players that you can kind of work with? So what are we missing there? Yeah.
The problem is, in Preston, at the moment, the players are not interested. They don't want to play Lancashire football. What it is that there's just no there's no passion there. There's no commitment. There's no discipline from the Preston players. They just think that they're too good and they shouldn't be like on the bench or stuff like that.
That's fine, Billy. I know. Could I just come in there a little bit? And would you say that a lot of them players are already past the mark or past the age, and it's kind of
no, they're young lads.
Young lads, yeah.
They're young lads, and they just think they're good.
Too good to be trained up.
Yeah. They think they're just too good. But they actually not. They just we give them a chance, but they don't take the chances.
So is it a coaching concern here? Do we need?
No, we in Preston we've got coaches.
You've got coaches as well.
Yeah, in our team we've got one of our players is a really good coach.
Okay.
So it's not that.
So do you do all the drills and all the setup?
We do pre-season, yeah, but when it gets to the season, we don't do anything. So this is where we lack. This is where we
need more support.
The season, yeah,
you need to do more.
Yeah.
Off season.
Yeah.
And then you're ready for kind of when the season time. You're geared up and ready to go. So what do you currently do in AFC as a secretary? And what does it take to kind of execute your role that you're in at the moment?
Well, at the moment, I just do all the admin work and everything, and then basically I do quite a lot of things. Our chairman, his name is Teddy. He's Amin Kotia. He's the chairman.
Okay.
And so so we just run the club between us as well.
So what does it take? What's involved in running that club? What do you actually? Is it the finance, the kit side of it, sponsor?
We have to. Yeah, we've got. Alhamdulillah, we've got Arif Ramzu from Euro Garages. They sponsor us.
Yes. Euro Garages obviously being the Isa brothers.
Yeah.
In Blackburn.
Yeah.
And Ramzu is he the guy that works with EG or is he the guy who's in the EFC?
Yeah, he works with EG, so
he's the kind of the sports guy, minister guy for the EGs?
Yeah, he sorted the sponsor out for us, so we're really thankful for them because obviously it's not running a grassroots football club. There's a lot of expenses and it's expensive.
Excuse me, tell me more about that, Billy, because let's say in a couple of years' time. Inshallah, and things start to kick off and you start to get more involved on the grass.
Yeah.
And a guy comes up and says, what does it take to run a club? So what kind of advice would you give him? Where would you start from with him? I mean, you've got the finances, but you get a sponsor.
Yeah, you obviously need to get the sponsors in, and there's obviously a cost involved as well.
What are them costs? Is that the
obviously you have to pay for the pitches. And now, if you got we've got 3G pitch, and it costs you nearly about £700-800 a season. So you've got to pay that. Then you've got the.
Are these not paid per game, Billy? Or is
we obviously get subs from the players like match fees. And match fees.
Yeah.
But we've got players from Blackburn obviously because obviously we can't get enough players from Preston, so we have to get players from Blackburn.
Out of town, yeah.
Yeah, we have to get.
Well, there's a lot of good football link between Blackburn and Preston.
Yeah.
Anyway, there has been over the years with these tournaments as well.
Yeah.
So what else is involved in the setting up of a club, such as the AFC Preston? So you've got match fees.
Yeah.
You've got the pitch.
You have to pay for the pitches. And then you've got to pay the LFA affiliation fee. You have to
affiliation fee. That's once a year when you put the club forward. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you've got your insurance. You have to pay the insurance, and then you've got to.
Is that insurance for the players? Players insurance.
Yeah, public liability, insurance.
Yeah.
And then you have to obviously under players insurance as well.
Okay.
So then
you got your kits.
Yeah, you have to pay for the kits. You know, it's quite
Quite some work.
Yeah.
That you have to carry out. So EG Garages, how long have they been sponsoring you for?
They've been sponsoring us since last season. So they obviously give us the last season. They give us the kits.
Okay.
You know, like brand new kits. We had brand new kits, full kits.
And how did AFC? What league is AFC Preston in? Are they playing in the combination league in Blackburn, or do they have your own?
No,
league?
we play in the. We used to play in the Saturday league. We used to play in the Mid Lancashire Mid Lancashire Football League on Saturdays.
And is that played in Preston?
Yeah.
Pretty much all the games, so it's kind of Preston based.
Yeah, and then we moved to Sunday League football, so we play.
Is that again Preston again?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, in Preston, yeah. So it's a Lancashire Sunday Football League.
Okay.
So you have you have the Blackburn Sunday League. So we've got the Lancashire Sunday League as well, and then the Saturday League in Preston is called the Midlands League, and Blackburn Combination League where Euro Garages, Blackburn United.
Yeah, but AFC Preston is not in that Blackburn.
No. But obviously we don't have the players, so we have to. Some of our players actually go and play for Euro Garages, and so we've got like sort of a connection.
Kind of an interlink.
Yeah, we've got a connection. Yeah. So because we couldn't get the players, we actually nearly folded a few years ago. Luckily, we didn't. But I mean, it got so bad, especially with financing, because we had no sponsors. So I'm really thankful for
Euro
Garages for sponsoring us, because it's otherwise we just can't survive. Because obviously nowadays with the COVID stuff and everything, a lot of clubs are going out of business. You know, so sponsorship is really important, and you know I appeal to all the businesses in Preston, in Blackburn, in Lancashire to support your local grassroots football club, because it's really important, because you know you want the youths to play football, innit?
Absolutely.
And
absolutely.
You know if they don't have no football, then I mean they're gonna do other things, and they're gonna get into trouble and go in the wrong crowds and do things. At least there's football out there.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you're staying fit, you're staying active.
Yeah, definitely.
Mentally, you're in the competition.
Yeah, it's good
the right
for them.
type of competition.
Yeah, it's good for the mental and physical well-being as well, innit?
Absolutely.
Especially in this, post-COVID. So
yeah, definitely. We have to find a way to get back on track.
Yeah.
And start looking after our health. And by sponsoring football teams, you'd only continue to give the energy to the community.
Yeah.
And put it out on a football pitch.
Yeah, that's it.
So, coming back to that league in Preston then, whereabouts are you at the moment, Billy, in that league?
We're towards the top. We're, I think, second or third at the moment.
All right, so you're doing all right?
Yeah, we've not played in 2 months because of this
because of the scenario,
It's so annoying.
Are you currently goalkeeping for the AFC Preston as well?
No, I'm injured at the moment, so we've got like a Blackburn keeper at the moment.
Right, okay.
He's coincidentally called Billy as well.
Oh, he's called Billy as well. Billy goalkeeper.
He plays for Euro Garages.
Okay, all right. So you kind of chipping
so
in.
We've got like about at the moment about a couple of years ago we like when we nearly folded. That season we moved into Sunday League football. So that season we got 3 players from Blackburn. So we had Shaquille Butt, Shaky. We had
Shaquille Butt, the man himself.
Yeah, we had Arun.
Do you know how many times Mr. Shaquille Butt has been mentioned? He does a lot, doesn't he?
I know. I think he's going to get royalties, man. Do you pay royalties?
I tell you what, Yasser said if you don't know Shaquille Butt, you need to move out of Blackburn.
Yeah, man. But he's a good lad, man.
Mashallah.
He's a good lad, man.
I've only heard good things about him. And
Shaky, am I doing all right?
Yeah, well, inshallah. I tell you, Shaky, I know, and I've played with Shaky quite a few times, to be honest, in our career. And that's the reason why I'm on this show.
Yeah.
Billy, make no mistake about it. If I'm seeing talent like Shaky Butt just dwindling away and into thin air, then who's going to look after us, Billy? That's a big question. Yeah. Who's going to look after us?
Yeah.
How are we going to... how are we gonna? What's gonna happen? Are you prepared as a person to see all talent just?
No, man.
Yeah.
I can remember a story about Shaky. We played in the in the cancer relief tournament.
Yeah.
I played in all of them.
Okay.
You know, like from the 90s, man, and we were having our group matches, and there was a junior final, and then there was this little kid, man, and he was like, there was like loads of spectators, and he was like running rings around everyone. He was like doing backflips and
The little Maradona maestro.
yeah, and guess we won. Everyone were like in awe of him. They said, "Who is this kid, man?" He was just like burst onto the scene, and he was the man himself.
Yeah, mashallah.
Yeah.
And how would you summarise him as a footballer?
He's a great player because like 20 years later, he was like my teammate at AFC Preston. So
tell me if I'm seeing this right or wrong, Billy. Yeah, when I see footballers in Manchester United, and I said this previously on my shows as well, what difference do you see from shaky butt or a guy playing on TV?
there isn't, because he's got the right attitude.
There isn't.
He's
There
got
isn't
the
no
commitment,
difference.
he's got the passion.
I
He's got
could
everything.
put a hand on my heart and say that geezer, like a shaky butt, the man himself, one out of many people.
Yeah.
Yeah, I pick Shaky because he's a little bit, or quite a lot, should I say, ahead of many talented players
Yeah.
that I know, including myself.
Mm.
So when I'm saying, and I see talent like Shaky, and I see a guy on screen, and I say, right, you know what, my friend's actually better than the professionals I see on TV. Is that a fair statement? Do I have weight in my conversation when I say that to you, Billy? Would you agree or disagree?
What's that? Say that, sorry.
The player that I see in Shaky Butt,
Yeah.
British South Asian,
Yeah.
and the players, professionals that I see on TV, I say that Shaky is a better player.
Yeah. Well.
No, that's my honest opinion.
Huh?
That is my honest opinion.
Yeah.
How far from the truth am I?
Not far.
Not far.
Yeah.
You'd agree that I'm not
Yeah,
far
yeah,
at all,
yeah,
am I?
yeah.
So can you see the passion there, Billy?
Yeah.
Can you see why we need to do this and why we need to continue to support our youth so that we don't see further letdowns and upsets?
Mm.
And that's why I want to ask you what's happening with AFC Preston. And there are 2 or 3 in the league at the moment.
Yeah.
What have you got superstars in the team at the moment? What kind of messages are you getting out to the younger lads who want to play for AFC Preston?
The thing is, like the Asian community, obviously they're not interested in grassroots football. That's the problem, and so we, no one knows about these local teams. They just care about professional football, Liverpool, Man United, and all that.
So yeah, but we can't just jump from Fiveaside to Liverpool and Man United, can we, Bill?
No, you can't.
So let's say, how many years have you had in football so far on the circuit?
Like
Yourself?
playing.
Yeah,
Like
playing,
Fiveaside.
end secretary, Fiveaside.
I've been like since 1985.
1985.
Yeah.
So that's 35 years.
And I'm alhamdulillah, mashallah, I'm in my 40s and I'm still playing football.
Alhamdulillah.
Yeah.
So obviously in 35 years' time, you've learnt a lot, haven't you, Billy? Really?
I have, yeah.
And you must have picked up a whole lot of experience and met a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what kind of message would you like to give to the youth of today? Those that are interested in football. Let's say if you was talking to the one kid who's really passionate about this. I mean, his dad's sporting him. What kind of message are you going to give to that kid?
I just say that, like, sort of, what was it?
What kind of drive or what kind of energy or what message would you give a British South Asian how to stay on track? Or what kind of one message would you give to that kid to get into top flight football?
I'd say, look, get involved in grassroots football, and then, make sure you do your training and coaching
Practicing.
and everything.
Practice.
Work hard, be disciplined, be committed, have the passion,
All of them things.
Yeah.
Viewers, you heard it for yourself, and this is the message I'm trying to drive here, Billy. And I've had my guests come on before as well. We need to see consistency and that drive and getting youth from 5 and 7 aside onto grass.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really what I'm trying to drive here, Yasser. So tell me more what's happening in Preston then. Billy, tell me more what's happening in Preston and what you're doing for AFC Preston at the moment.
Right. Like I said, like a few years ago, we got in, the three players, Sheikhi, Tape, and Junaid Dalal. So they started playing for us, and so immediately that's straight. We qualified for the UK Asian Football Championship in Glasgow.
Okay.
And so
the UK Asian is that the one that's managed by
in Glasgow? Yeah.
Schwab's not anything to do with that, is it?
That's the Asian Image Cup.
Okay.
This is the UK Asian Football. It's the best 8 teams in the country go to.
Excuse me.
Regionally go to regional teams go to.
Best. So you got best 8 teams.
Asian teams. Yeah.
Asian teams.
Yeah.
So I take you off Burnley.
No, nationally.
Nationally.
So you got teams like that in London. You've got like London APSA. You got Sporting Bengal. These are like not proper non-league teams. Semi-pro teams.
In London, right?
Yeah.
Is that the same team that Yasser was mentioning as well?
Yeah. And these teams are on a different level to us. We're just like a Sunday league, Saturday team, but these
guys are geared up.
Different level, honestly. And when I went to Glasgow, it just opened my eyes. It was like what I was seeing, like it was just at a different level. The standard of football, the fitness they had. It was
that's 8 teams of Asian players.
Yeah.
And you said all of them were consistently good.
Yeah, they were
professional,
good teams. Definitely.
Who were you representing at that time?
I was with AFC Preston. Innit?
Okay, so you was AFC
we
Preston.
qualified. We qualified, and
you was one of 8 teams to qualify.
Yeah, and it was the 20th anniversary as well of the tournament.
Okay.
In Scotland.
And what happened when you went there?
So it's like what it is that there's 2 groups of 4. And the top team from each group go through. But the thing is, when we have to get there on a Friday, and then they do the draw, and then you play straight away around 5 p.m. So within 24 hours, you're asked to play like 3 games. So you need to have
fitness.
You need to have proper, really
good fitness. You're probably still aching from the last game.
Yeah. But I'll be honest, them 3 days were like one of the best, were the proudest moment I've had in.
Yeah, okay, because that's my next question. How did that make you feel? I mean, you're amongst 100 lads or something.
Yeah, and you know what? We didn't even have the.
Did you get to meet most of these lads as well?
Yeah, like we couldn't get a place from Preston, so again we had to get a lot of place from Blackburn, and so we had like a mix. Like we had more Blackburn lads, but there was like a real. Like camaraderie and togetherness between the Preston and Blackburn lads. And we just, we used to go out at night to the restaurants and stuff, have meals together. It was so enjoyable. I really enjoyed. And
was it an eye opener for you?
It was.
What kind of talent we actually have?
Yeah, we do, because we've got like, and some of them are like, they're all like semi-pro players.
Yeah, they actually are. But this is it. This one, the semi-pro, the talent's there, Billy, but we're not. When we get into the top flight, we're either not getting game time, or we're getting contracts that's been taken away.
No, we know what it is. There are players. They are actually professional players playing in the league. Like in League 1, League 2. And I've seen a lot of them. Obviously, there's not any from the northwest, but there's quite a lot from the Midlands area. Like around Birmingham and the
Leicesters and
Walsall and Wolverhampton. They're
kind of bigger on the football thing than we are up here.
And a lot of them, like there's about 10, 15 professional players of Asian players, British Asian players, and most of them are from the Midlands area as well. And the London side.
So they are advancing much quicker than us, aren't they?
Yeah.
What do you think?
We can't say that there isn't.
We've got facilities. Look, we've got facilities. We can't. Yasser was talking about facilities, but coming from Accrington and Preston, by the sound of it, we've got plenty of facilities.
We do.
So that facility conversation's over.
Yeah.
Sponsors, Euro Garages have stood up and sponsored AFC Preston. We had Cal Easy on the show as well, and he had a sponsor that I give a shout out to as well.
Yeah.
So we're getting the sponsors from local support businesses. We're getting that as well. We've got grass football pitches, plenty of them in Blackburn.
Yeah.
We've got a few, well enough in Accrington.
Yeah.
But the trend is far different from the Midlands, as you mentioned, to where we are now, where we are here, not in the Northwest.
They're just on a different level over there.
What do you think is one off? What could be the cause there, Billy? I mean, why are we not pushing, or why are we not on fast track as well as we should be?
I think, you know what it is. I think we're not united. You know, the Asian community.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Billy. I was hoping you was going to say.
I mentioned. I posed that question. You know, in the episode 1 about why, despite having the talent in the Northwest, like why isn't there a semi-pro club here?
Yeah.
Compared to in the Midlands, compared to
London,
London Absa, you got Sporting Bengal, you got Smethwick Rangers, you got quite a few teams from Birmingham. They're all like semi-pro Asian teams, you know, and they play at a decent standard. They play in the FA Awards Cup for non-league teams. They play in the FA Cup as well. So I think we should be going down that avenue, try and get everyone together, and we should sort of
open the north. Yeah. We need to unite. We need to encourage.
Yeah, take out all the politics.
Take out all the politics.
Now
you mentioned that, Billy,
because we're not going to get anywhere. You know, look, if they can do it in Midlands, I'm sure if they can do it in the Midlands and in London, why can't we not do it? You know what we're doing is we just want to play Saturday football, Sunday football with our friends. That's not going to get you anywhere, innit?
Absolutely, absolutely, Billy.
We just want to play with our own friends and you just have a laugh and that's it. But you know, we've got to get to that next level. You know, we need to get British Asians into football, like top flight football. Do you understand? And this is one way we can do it, because you know what, they can get scouted. You know, they're going to play against other non-league teams. They're going to play. You know,
Billy, you're 100% right.
Yeah,
100% right. Yeah, we need to do more.
We have to. We have the coaches. We've got so many. Yeah. We've got so many Asian coaches. You know,
we have the infrastructure.
Yeah.
What we're lacking here, from what and this show, which I started off with AFC Preston and what's happening in Preston, is the encouragement and the passion going onto grass. How are we ever going to get noticed or get into them positions if our level of football is inadequate? You can't take a 5 to 7 side football makeup to grass.
No,
guys.
Yeah.
You just can't do it. That shift has to happen. You know, Billy's telling us about all these teams in London. Some of I've not heard of, because Billy, you've been in the circuit longer than me, and you're working as a secretary within the football club. So I suppose it's in your domain.
Yeah.
And you went over. You got to the one of the 8 teams.
Yeah.
In Scotland. So that's the reason why I don't know. The reason for this Sports Talk show is to encourage and give our youth the passion, the drive, the focus, determination, the encouragement to start playing on grass, so that scouts could actually come down and notice them. And we at Sports Talk Programme have a pre-pro academy reach out, courtesy of Adnan, and we also have coaches who are at that level to take our youth to the next step. What we need is the community as a whole to come together, be the part, and unite. Billy, is that right? Yeah? Is that where you left off?
Yeah, that's it, yeah.
Because united we stand, and divided we fall. One man can achieve great things, but a team can achieve incredible things. And as you all know, Islam is the core, and Ittafaq is lots of blessings in unity. So we need to prosper and need to develop further. I'm pushing this topic. Billy's telling us what's happening in Midlands, right the way up from Scotland to Midlands to London. And
It's
we
everywhere,
need to press the topic here here in Blackburn at the studio, UCTV, award-winning station, award-winning streaming platform. We are pushing out, we're getting out to the audience, and we like your views, we like your shares, we like your comments. I need to understand further. If there's anything we're missing, then you need to, step in, let us know about it, because this passion we're driving will be breaking the mould and making the change happen. So, Billy, going out to the youth and the audience, what kind of message, or from AFC Preston, in your experience, what kind of message are you getting out to the community? How do we unite? If we're saying unite, what are the paths and the direction to unite? What do you think is our first kind of stepping stone?
Well, obviously we need to come together, and we need to talk in it. We need to communicate. Like sometimes we just we don't communicate in it.
Allow me to ask you another question on the same topic, but on the opposite side of unification, unite. Khalid mentioned something that may happen in the Blackburn Combination League on episode 5.
Yeah.
He talked about internal politics, and he talked about hate and jealousy. And I questioned Khalid, and I questioned him on the sense of saying, look, are we playing the race card amongst ourselves?
We are, yeah.
So the question is the same to you, Billy. Is this maybe a possible hindrance to our progression? Because if we are to unite, first thing we've got to do is recognise the issues, recognise the concerns, highlight them concerns, and start to eliminate them concerns.
That's right, yeah.
One of them concerns is internal bickering, side shots, below the belt kind of shots, and what's happening to our superstar players? They're getting demoralised. So how do we go about stopping that, Billy? What do you think in your experience? Where do we start from?
I don't know.
What would be your encouragement to a friend of yours who is having a dig at another friend of yours on the football pitch? What kind of messages do you get out?
I'm just saying that we shouldn't really be doing this, because we're all like brothers, aren't we? So whatever good we want for ourselves, we should want it for the others as well.
He smashed it once again.
And
honestly, I couldn't praise you enough.
In Islam, it teaches us that.
It teaches us exactly that. If you want something for yourself, wish well for a brother.
Yeah.
And when you do wish well, then the angels will pray for you.
Yeah.
Right. That's our belief.
Yeah.
Right. So.
But there's so much prejudice within our own. How can we say, they they're racist.
The qualification system's not fair.
We can't say Asian non-Asian teams are racist too.
But they're not.
Because I've played football for all that time. I've never experienced racism. Whenever I've always played for white teams, they've encouraged. They've accepted me.
Yeah,
they've encouraged me, and I've really enjoyed playing.
Yeah, so have I.
I used to play for a team called Deepdale FC. We had we played in the Mid Lancashire League, Saturday League, and we had a multicultural team. We had black players, Asian players, white players. We mixed in. We had so much togetherness, camaraderie. We just loved playing football. We enjoyed it played football with a smile. And
I totally understand what you're saying there, Billy, because do you not think that we are, aside, one of the areas is obviously internal feud and side shots, etc., that I've explained, that inshallah, whilst we are highlighting, we may not have the solution today, but putting it out there and highlighting is the first step to resolving this issue, and in a couple of weeks' time, we may have eliminated it altogether. That's inshallah. That's definitely the intention. But moving on from that, So Billy, what else I want to know is, on the football pitch, how does one recognise, or how would you say that we've got to put ourselves forward on the football pitch without affecting our friends? Is that an area? So how do you keep your teammates involved with you, rather than being the superstar big mouth and discouraging or demoralising everybody else, how do you think a superstar should act?
He should, like he should be a role model basically for the club, and you got to like sort of promote
the right ideologies.
Yeah, you have to promote football because people look up to role models, don't they? So it's important to have role models, at the club.
Yeah, absolutely. Once again, you're right, Billy, because we need influential people in our communities. And if they're setting the right agenda right from the start, then surely we'll start to see the superstars coming through into top flight football. That
picture there is I play.
What's going on with that picture, bro?
He was in Chester.
Is that you as a goalkeeper?
Yeah, we played at Chester Football Club. We was in the final of the Asian Image Cup.
Okay.
We played Halifax, and it was like one of the best finals ever.
Right. Why was that?
Well, we we were like 5-1 down after about 50 minutes, and we made a comeback.
To win?
No, we were 5-4, and we nearly won the game. The other team just gassed out, and one of our players was like clean through, and he nearly scored, and we were so on top, but we just
didn't get over the line.
Yeah. But Shoaib said it was like one of the best finals ever.
Where was that played?
It was played in Chester, so at Chester Football Ground, like the non-league team Chester.
Yeah.
We played there.
Excellent. Yeah. So, I mean, in Preston, AFC Preston, what's the next step for them boys? Have you got an academy, or have you got some?
That's the thing. We don't have any youth set up. You see, that's a problem. Now, if the current Preston lads are not interested, then we don't if they don't come on board and join with us, or connect with us, then unfortunately in a few once our players get older, who's going to take over them? We're not going to have any youngsters coming through, so we don't have a youth setup, unfortunately. So that's the problem. We're in a dilemma now. In a few years' time, like previous teams in Preston, there's a famous Canaries successful team. There was even Fishwick Rangers. Initially they folded as well, and then they came back. But they've got like a youth team. Fishwick Rangers have a youth team. That's a bit sad, isn't it? Really?
So Billy, that's a little bit sad because.
And all the maintenance that we've done over the last 10, 15 years, it's just going to go down the waste, isn't it? Because you want something to carry on. If you've got that passion and you've got that love for the game, and you want football in your area, in your town, you want it to carry on, innit?
Absolutely. You've got something to look
put a lot
of effort into
you want to give youngsters, the Asians, just anyone an opportunity to play football. They deserve it, don't they?
Yeah, absolutely. If they're striving for it, then surely that's something that we should at least provide a platform for.
Yeah.
I mean, I could only imagine what it would feel like if they can't fit in, and then they start to find other things to do with their time. And surely that's not the right message we're kind of bringing out.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we are coming close to the end of the show. Billy, is there anything that you want to get out further, or what kind of message would you like to give our youth?
Yeah, I'm just saying that, I'm just appealing to all the Preston youngsters, the youth of Preston, and just generally the youths. Get off your, PlayStation and games console, and start getting involved in football and playing football, and connecting to football again. It's obviously it's good for you. It's good for your physical and mental well-being, and obviously, us as a club, we need volunteers. We need people to help the club and make the club go forward as well. And we're obviously we'll give anyone an opportunity. So it's just a message to all the youngsters to carry on,
keep upbeat.
Yeah.
Especially in Preston, because you definitely need more players coming through in Preston.
Yeah, definitely. We just don't have any players coming through.
Absolutely. So the last message there really is keep going.
Yeah.
Keep strong. Practice.
Yeah.
Listen.
It's Billy.
Billy. Sorry, Billy. Do you know what? Sorry, my friend. It's because we've been talking about Yasser with this Scottish stuff as well.
Yeah.
So, practice.
Right. Yeah. So that's the
Djemba Bar.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you heard of what happened in that situation and scenario there, Billy?
Yeah, is
Have
it
you
about
caught up on it?
Yeah, is it about the referee, about the racist remark?
Unfortunately, it was the fourth official.
Fourth official, yeah.
But let me just tell you, because I did a little note on this, and we'll share it with you, and I want you to pass me your opinion as well. That Djemba Ba went up to the fourth official after he called after the assistant manager of Galatasaray. The fourth official actually called him the N-word.
Right.
And subsequently, all players have walked off the pitch, abandoning the game. That's the first time that's ever happened. So this had never happened before in football on a UEFA stage. The game was resumed with new referee and officials, and then PSG actually went on to win the game 5-1. Now, the concern here is that the fourth official admitted to his comment but thought he had said nothing wrong, as the N-word to him just meant black. Now, before you say anything, Billy, allow me to finish. Now, that for me and for all of you listening should come as a big concern. UEFA need to educate everyone involved across the board, and it's a lack of knowledge that should be looked upon and resolved immediately. So, my dear viewers, what do you think? Share me your links, share me your comments on the YouTube videos. And Billy, that's a question for you right now, my friend, is first of all, what do you think of that?
Yeah, I mean, that's terrible, isn't it? In nowadays, I thought we got rid of all that, but it's a shame that it's come back into it.
That is quite terrible, because we're on Sports Talk programme, you've just said it there, Billy, that we don't believe there's racism. I've never felt any racism on the pitch. I've played with lots of players, all mixed race guys, and it's always about talent. I think we have a fair enough system, because don't forget that the working English white folks, they are struggling just as much as, probably equally as we are. They don't have it easy. But whilst we're saying all this, Billy, the Djemba Ba on a UEFA platform, a UEFA stage, PSG, who's to blame there, Billy? Who's to point the fingers at there? Is it the UEFA? Is it a lack of education? Is it lack of... Because using an N-word on that stage, and then the players walking off there, Billy, do I need to say any more?
No.
I've really touched on it all there, haven't I, really?
Yeah.
So what's your take on that? How do you perceive that? What kind of effect has that had on you?
Yeah, it's just terrible, isn't it? I mean, to say that, it's terrible.
Yeah, well, what I'm saying there really is that's what's going on in football. It's happened before.
We wouldn't like if someone said that to
No,
us,
we wouldn't like it at all.
Yeah.
And we'll probably walk off the pitch as well.
Yeah.
So we need to kind of understand the parameters and the guidelines. We do definitely need to shake things up. So this going out to the movers and the shakers. We definitely need to break the mould and make the change happen, because stuff like that and things like this just cannot continue. So that's one for the UEFA. Just before we close off the show today, Billy, you've already had your last words. Is there any final shout-outs? You give a big shout-out to Euro Garages today.
Yeah,
for sponsoring AFC Preston.
Yeah, no, I just like to thank the Blackburn lads that come over and play on a Sunday.
Any particular lads?
There's Billy, the goalkeeper. There's Inamol. There's Shami, Ayub, Kola, all of them, man. Because to come on a Sunday morning and then play, they already play on a Saturday, and then they come and play for us as well on a Sunday. So, without them, our club we wouldn't have a club, because
I actually know them guys that you mentioned, most of them.
I've got to give them a lot of credit for coming down,
Yeah, good players as well.
Yeah.
Very good players.
Yeah.
Passionate players. So shout out goes out to all of them in Blackburn. Any of your shout outs going out to Preston today?
Yeah. Well, I just want to thank one of our volunteers. His name is Rick Pinto. He's like in his 70s, and he helps us out a lot. On his own.
Who's that? Is it Rick?
Rick Pinto, yeah.
Rick Pinto, yeah?
Yeah.
So shout out going out to Rick today.
Yeah.
Hussein Mahmoodi at UCTV presenting live. I'm giving a shout out for looking after our AFC Preston boys.
And I thank UCTV for letting me share my views, and you're doing a really great job, and hope it continues, you know. And I'd like to come on again as well, because I don't think I've said what I wanted to say. So inshallah, give me an opportunity again, and I'll.
Inshallah, why not?
Because I miss quite a lot of things out.
Yeah, the time goes so fast.
Someone's gonna say.
What it is actually is time goes so fast, and
but you know, yeah.
If there's anything you want to get in now in regards to
no,
then that's absolutely fine. But we could definitely stay in touch.
Yeah.
All of my guests and views are staying in touch.
If you need any guests from Preston, let me know. I'm more than willing to help out.
Yeah, mashallah. Thank you very much, and thank you for your encouragement. Also, Jazakallah.
I'm willing to help you out.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Billy. And with your mindset and people just like you, I'm willing to help out.
Yeah.
We're all willing to help out, and that's why we're here today.
Yeah.
And who we're helping the people of tomorrow.
Yeah. And you're obviously sacrificing your time as well, innit? And,
yeah, alhamdulillah.
You know.
I believe
you don't really need to do it, but I mean, look, you want to do something. And it's
good. I believe, inshallah, that we are under-recognised. We've not received the recognition that we deserve.
Yeah.
Right, and I have full faith in all the British South Asians. I have 100% confidence that from within we will see a superstar.
Yeah.
There's no doubt about it in top flight football. So on this occasion, Billy, I'd like to thank you very much for your time.
I just want to say a shout out to my parents as well.
My 100%.
And my family as well.
That goes without saying.
And my wife, because my wife says she says I'm married to football, but you know.
Well, we had this conversation with Khalid as well.
And she really hates football, man. But for the past 20-30 years, she's had to deal with me, man. And
so is this the moment where you say thank you very much?
Yeah, I said, yeah.
So you're going to sum all the 20-30 years up in about 2 minutes?
Yeah, it's going to be our anniversary as well very soon.
Oh, is it? Oh, that's so nice. Well, so how many years?
It's going to be, mashallah, 25 years.
25 years? Yeah. Mashallah, you look pretty. You're doing all right for yourself, aren't you?
I'm going old now. All the great hairs are coming now.
No, you're doing all right, but I'll tell you that you're doing all right. Yeah. So yeah, once again, Billy, thank you very much for all your insight.
Yeah.
Thanks for letting us know what it takes for a football club to get a sponsor.
Yeah.
And some of them costs involved, and the passion that you've obviously driven from Preston into Blackburn, and the interlinking community thing that you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, you're bringing Preston and Blackburn community as one, and that's what we want to do. We want to become one. Appreciate your time.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Please do like and share.
Yeah.
And on the ongoing shows, give us your views. Let me know if what you're thinking and what you're feeling, and let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, so guys, I'm afraid it has come to that time on this show today. I'd just like to thank you all very much for tuning in, staying with us here at UCTV, award-winning platform in 2020. It's been an absolute pleasure having Billy with us today. Next week we have some more interesting insight in terms of what we're doing for sponsors, the clubs, and breaking the mould and making the change happen. Please continue with your encouragement and support by liking and sharing on our media content, both on Facebook and YouTube. It's your host, Hussein Mahmood, signing out on this occasion, presented live on UCTV. Please do stay tuned with us. It's back on next week, Monday, with a special guest once again at 7 p.m. Until then, farewell. It's over and out.